everyone. Happy March. I hope you are doing well. Okay. I don't know why I'm being led to do this. I've not done it before. I've never been led to do it before. So there must be a reason for this. I'm going to throw a regular energy for all of us, and then I'm going to do the signs. So you're going to see this before every video, and I'm going to say I'll timestamp it behind me when I'm done, where the actual video starts, so you don't have to watch this for every single video, okay? But I think it's important for some reason, and I think the energies are intense, but you know what? It's just life. We go with what it is, but when we can be better prepared for the things that come up, we don't make mountains out of molehills. We don't say things we can't take back. We don't blow something up when, in fact, we have to, then go back and try to figure out why I did that and hope that something comes back together, right? So that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling, and it's coming out in the cards too. Okay, we've got Unity is the card, right? And we've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Four of Cups, and we've got the Sun card. Okay, what I really feel here is, for some of you, I want to caution you against making something out of nothing. And don't think I'm discounting something here. I think that for some of you, you've got a little reminder here that you've got valuable things sitting right in front of you, and you may want to tend to those. For others of you, I think you're realizing that, maybe a situation that you're in isn't what you thought it was. You know what I mean? I think for some of you, you've got people coming into your life right now that are going to be valuable assets to you in some regard or another. For some of you, they're romantic relationships. For some of you, they're friendships. For some of you, they're business partnerships. But I think they're a reminder of there's different ways to do things, and you could maybe learn something here. You know what I'm saying? There's an air through here of not kind of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You may not initially like this person at one time. You know what I mean? Like, their first impression may be something that sets you back, or that you can't really figure it out. It just doesn't sit well. It's not an instant attraction on any regard. But I think that in further, getting to know this person a little better, or maybe watching what they're really doing, or, I think there was someone that I was watching recently, and I could not get past the antics of his mannerism, right? It was just, it was just uncomfortable, but his content was really good. So once I could get past that, initially, had I not stopped long enough to really listen to what he was saying, I would have been like, oh my gosh, this guy is way too unsettling. His antics were just they weren't a good match for mine. So I thought, right? But I sat for a minute, and I was really continuing to listen more to what he was saying than how flamboyant he really was. And I'm glad that I did, because he was a wealth of knowledge. So that is kind of the scenario that I'm going at here. For others of you too, I think that you may have things that have been bubbling under the surface that maybe you haven't dealt with, or again, when we don't deal with the little things, I kind of don't agree with, don't sweat the small stuff, because the small stuff becomes the big shit that hits the fan when we don't tend to it, right? So these are things where I think some of you have relationships coming in. I think for some of you, I'm going to hit the relationship aspect first. For some of you, I think you may come into contact with someone who's not exactly what you thought they would be. You know what I mean? Like, you're wishing and hoping, and whatever that song is, for this particular type of person. They have to look this way and talk this way and right? I think what may show up for you is someone completely different, but it's what you need, not necessarily what you thought you wanted. And I think that it could be something really spectacular. Okay, for others of you, you're being reminded that we're kind of all the same. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, when push comes to shove, we're kind of all the same kind of people. So you're being reminded of that, and to not. I've got to be honest. I don't have a wonderful feeling behind things that might come up globally this month. I think there's just a lot of unsettled energy. And the issue I've got here really is don't follow false things. If you hear something, check it out. Make sure that it's legit. You know, I have a feeling like the news crews and stuff like that, they're really going to kick up the crazy shit that they're doing anyway, right? So if you're someone who follows the news like it's, you know, whatever, I would be really careful about what you're getting. I'm not saying they're going to be lies or conspiracy theories or whatever the hell it is that they do anyway. I'm not a fan of the news, as you can tell. But I think it's not helping the cause. I think it may divide people and cause really devastating circumstances. You know what I mean? You don't want to, I just feel like this kind of energy is kind of like the major things in life, in history that have passed, that have taken place. And they've taken out a lot of people just for having different opinions, just for looking different or acting different or having a different culture or religion or something like that. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit if someone is different? It has really nothing to do with you. But this is where I'm saying on a smaller scale, this could hit your home in the fact that, you know what, you blow up at a partner because you had a crappy day at work, but you say things that you can't take back. You know what I mean? They may be true, but your delivery may not be something they'll forget. You know what I mean? And that's like kind of breaking your leg. It'll heal, but it'll never quite be the same again. And then the person may be afraid to talk to you about things. You could start something here that you can't finish. You know what I mean? So you may just want to be cautious. That's why I'm saying this. You've got the Sun card here. So it's a reminder that, you know what, see the good in someone and ask your peeps, ask your peeps around you. Look, I may not be at my best, so I'm going to do my best to, but just, you know who I really am. Give me a little bit of wiggle room here because I may not be at my best. And I think it's just these energies that are passing through, and they will. You know what I'm saying? I just think they're a little bit intense. What I'm feeling is like, again, trying to turn a cruise ship in a bathtub. It's going to take a little bit. You know what I mean? So let the things play out. Really cherish the people that are in your life that are of value to you. Really look at the ones that, I know that sounded terrible, but look at the ones that, you know what, maybe there's an expiration date here that's been presenting itself for a little bit. Because what I feel here is, for some of you, it's taking into consideration the gifts that you've currently got. You know what I mean? And for others of you, it's saying here, if you're staying in something because you're afraid this is the best you can get, you've got something coming in around the corner here that could be something really happy for you. You know what I mean? So we need to let things go when it's time for them to go. And that's what I feel. And I think with the Unity card, what it's coming in here to remind you of is that don't be stubborn in certain ways. Don't let people be stubborn in certain ways. Say things maybe a little bit more simply. We've got, you know, Mercury retrograde. It is a big deal. I find it to be a really big deal. And I know people are saying that we go through this a lot, and we do. But look at the times in your life where you say things or you do things where you're like, what the hell was that out loud, and why did I do it? They're big things. You know what I mean? So we can't discount them. So just be conscious of what you're saying. Value the people that are in your life, and take a survey. And it's not just, you know, it's your belief systems too. It's the things you believe in. It's you know, maybe changing things. You know, when you go through your whole life believing something, whatever, and then you come to a point in your life where you're like, you know, I really don't believe this anymore. I really don't want this anymore. I really don't want, you know, I'm evaluating something. Give yourself the space to do that. You know what I mean? Don't poo-poo it or speed over it or not think about it or make that a small thing that can be dealt with later, because that small thing turns into a big thing. You know what I mean? And look at these things. For some of you, you know, the Knight of Cups is kind of just saying to you here, it is an actual person for some of you. And it can be a woman. It's not gender specific. But it's like, kind of, you know, don't be, love is blind, but we're also blind to it. You know what I mean? So don't look a gift horse in the mouth. If you've got someone in your life who you really care about, tell them you really care about them. You know what I mean? Don't assume that they're going to be there, you know, in 10 days and they know that I work really hard. They know that I'm never home. Don't assume that that's okay. You know what I mean? They may just not be someone who really speaks up, but you know, you come home one day and there's the note on the table and they're gone. I see things like that happen in these energies. That's why I'm trying to point these things out here. Cherish the people that are in your life. You know, take responsibility for yourself and the things that you do and that you say, and let other people know that they're appreciated. And if you need something from someone else, speak up about it and see where that goes. You know what I mean? I think that it's a time where a lot of things are changing. I think it's a time where if we let go of things that we know we need to let go of, amazing things sit right in front of us, okay? The Sun card here is a yes card. So whatever you're showing up to your reading for, the answer is most likely yes, right? This card, the Sun card, what I'm really feeling off of it is it's kind of like, again, seeing the good in someone, even if they don't see it yet in themselves. You know what I mean? Like someone may need to grow into a better version of themselves, but you see that in them, right? And you're kind of just holding space for this person. I'm not saying be used and abused and not, you know, I'm not saying stay in a situation because you see how someone could be, right? There's a big distinction between that and what I'm saying. I'm saying that this is something that, you know, the relationship isn't there. The person is not, you know, they're not tanked right now. You know what I mean? Like they're not being an idiot now is what I'm saying. They're not disrespecting you. They're not disrespecting the family. They're not disrespecting, you know, whatever it is. I'm saying that they're just not up to par yet, but you see sometimes relationships really are just holding space for each other. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not a big advocate of getting stuck on these soulmates and these twin flame things. To me, and how I know our soul evolves, to me, I don't believe in that. I think we have a lot of soulmates. You know, I think we have souls that cross our paths for different reasons at different times. I don't think we have one, but I think that people are looking for that one love, which is already yourself. But to get to know that, it needs to be triggered by someone else. Many different soulmates, right? But some are more intense. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm going here. But this is the dynamic where I think we're really going to be seeing things. We're really going to learn a lot about ourselves if we choose to, right? I think for some of you, you've got opportunities also that are going to be sitting right in front of you. Don't be so, don't poo-poo things that could really turn into opportunities for you. You know what I mean? Like explore things. Don't do the hierarchy thing. And that's what I kind of think the Unity card is coming in with, that we're all kind of the same at the end of the day. You can learn things. Like I was giving you that example about that person that I was listening to. He was a wealth of knowledge. He was a little flamboyant though, a little bit more than, so I just had to look away, but I was listening and I got the content that I needed. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the scenario that I'm going here. And I think that it's a great month. I don't think it's a month though really to act on things. Like if you're going to put the kibosh to something or put like a, you know, the end on something, I would wait. Because we've got a lot of planets here that are, things may not be what they appear to be. There's nothing, you can't really lose anything by waiting a little bit until these things calm down. All right, so that's all I'm saying. It's kind of like when a new model of a car comes out or something, they'll always say to you, wait a year to see what the glitches come up in that car, and so that you can get a better version of it. So just sit back and see, but taking what I'm saying and give yourself ample time here to say, you know what, I have worked with this person. I have, you know, I can see a vision here. Maybe we could work together. Maybe, you know, two heads merging something is better than one. Maybe we can work together. Maybe we do things different, but our goal is we have the common goal. You know what I mean? It can be things like that too. So again, we grow through relationships. So this could be on any platform for you. Okay. But I think that there's opportunities here that could so easily be missed, and opportunities here that can't be seen yet because you're under things that need to be cleared out. So that's what I've got for our overall energy. Let's see what we've got here. Hi Gemini, happy March. I hope you are doing well. I apologize for this webcam. I've tried 3 different webcams. We're having massive storms today. I cannot get the lighting right, so you're going to have to bear with me here. Okay. I think your reading is great. I do. I think you're trying to break away from something, or you should be breaking away for something. I think that there's a need for growth in your life here. And I think that you may be going against the grain of the people that are around you. And I think also you may be getting kickback a little bit from people that you thought may support you. You may be finding out that they're not as supportive as you think. You may need new friends. You may need a new living situation. You may need a new job. You need something here that's more you, more reflective of you. Okay, and I'll tell you kind of what I see here. All right, we've got the satire coming in here, and this is revelry and indulgence, but I think you need that. I don't think that you're overindulging in anything. Okay. And you've got the Passion card. Okay, you've got psychic protection here. And this is, I think, in regard with the people that you're around. Okay. And you've got growth. Okay, now our 3 tarot cards are the 9 of Coins, the King of Swords, and the King of Coins. Okay, now what I think is happening here, these two cards right here are saying to me, you need to have some passion, you need to have some joy, you need to have music, dance, art, candy cane, anything that seduces your senses, makes you come alive, makes you feel passionate and joy filled, right? It's like a breath of fresh air I think you need. And this is kind of where I was going with the Scorpio reading. People really don't know what the word seduction means. It means to be carried away by the senses. But that's a good thing when it's in moderation, right? Anything can go off the tracks when it's not in moderation, anything, right? But this is really saying you need to step into your own here. You need to travel, maybe do something of your own. I think with the psychic protection card, I think what that's really saying is you've got people giving unsolicited advice to you, or you're picking up on that and it's dampening this within yourself. It's like sucking the life out of you, sucking the joy out of you, sucking the childlike qualities that everybody loves about a Gemini, but then they want to suck the life right out of them and pull it back to reality. It's you can have both. And I think you're really being encouraged here to step outside of your box, right? And you may not have a lot of support here. You may have a lot of kickback to these things, but you're being encouraged to do this, right? I think it's been something that's been coming for a long time, and I think that you wanted to share that with people, and you may have not gotten the response that you wanted, right? The 9 of Coins is just saying, you can be independent, but sometimes when we stay within the walls that we've made for ourselves, we're not growing in there. You know what I mean? And it's time to kind of set yourself free, go on to something new. Plus the 9 is an end of something. So you may be leaving something that's been a very consistent, solid in your life for a bit. It could be a place that you live. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. It could be anything. A hairstyle, a persona, it could be anything, but you're being asked to really, the thing I really keep getting here is that kind of that theme from, I forget what it was, Sex in the City, the movie, not when they're singing I Am Woman. It's just, and this can be for men or women. I'm just saying this is like a real busting out of the norm, the tradition, what's expected of you, and really stepping into your own here. I think it's going to be for you where you're going. I feel it's going to be something more suited to you, more creative, more out of the box than where you're at currently. Okay. I think there's really endless possibilities here. I think for a little bit, you may have really been kind of the yes person to people in your life. You know what I mean? Like they just always assume that you're going to be there. You know what I mean? But I think you're realizing that I'm everything for everyone except myself. You know what I mean? You're getting lost in other people's lives here, and you're not living your own. And I think that that's what you're doing. The King of Coins on the outbound, that's not someone who waits for opportunities to come to them. They're someone that goes out and seeks things. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a time for you to be sitting. It's a time for you to seize opportunities here and go for them. If you get, a little inkling of something, or hear something through a grapevine, or you want to go try something, or you get an introductory, welcome to a language school or something like this in a faraway country, these are the times where you could use that as your opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Step outside of your box is kind of what you're being asked to do here. I think you may do things in a way that are not, it's funny because I feel like the people that are around you that are poo-pooing your dreams are the people that are having regrets now in their life that they're really not going in their path. So they're not going to be real supportive of you because you're kind of living the dream that they let pass by. There's something to be said for procrastination. It's not a good thing. It's very indecisive life where we miss opportunities because we're too busy trying to weigh the scales. You know what I mean? You're being asked here to really take advantage of some opportunities that are in front of you now, and step outside of your box and don't procrastinate, because the opportunity could pass you by very surely. And I know that people are big on, well, we do miss opportunities. Something may come along again that looks very familiar or tastes familiar or feels familiar, but it's not this. And you're being presented with something here that says step out of the shadows of your life and step into the main stage of your life here and do something that's passionate to you, that you enjoy doing, that makes you happy. And I think within that, after all is said and done, and I think you may lose some friendships here, I think some things may fall apart here, but you have to ask yourself too, people will always have something to say about something that you're doing. You know what I mean? Like they'll always have just the gossipy kind of people is what I feel is the real issue here. But these are people that I think it may hurt because they're people, they could be family members too, that you really thought would have your back. You know what I mean? And I think that after you go and do what you want to do, they'll all be praising you. You know what I mean? But they're not supporting you in the journey. But afterwards, they're like, I don't know how to say this, but you know what I'm saying. You're being asked to really step out of the shadows now. Go have some fun. Go live your life. Go change the things that you want to change. I think you're moving. I think you may be going on a trip. You may be doing something here that shakes up the norm of your life. And that's what you're being encouraged to do here. Okay. I think it might be something unconventional as well, but you're being encouraged to do it here. Okay. The psychic protection card, I'm just going to say here, be conscious of what you're allowing people to say to you. I know that, we can agree to disagree, and that's a wonderful thing, but I think that there's something that you should be getting support from, but I don't think you will be. So the psychic protection card just says know when to put proper boundaries in place, and know when it's okay to hear someone out, but know when it's okay to say, I really don't care to hear this. It's okay to say those things. So you may need to be able to, to put that into place here. The growth card too, I really feel is about you being excited about something and maybe not getting the support that you thought you would. You know what I'm saying? But I have a feeling here that you're going to go and finally do what you want to do. Is there risk in here? Yes. But do I think you'll be happy? Yes, I do. But I think that what's going to trip you up here is the people around you being selfish is what I kind of feel, I think people may have come to count on you too much, and now, you know, you may be getting, with that psychic protection card, you may be getting kickback. How am I supposed to do this now without you? Well, maybe that's their journey to figure that out, but yours is to go on your own unique path here. And it could be just a trip. It could be something, though, that is, I'll always encourage someone when I'm doing a session with someone and they're trying to gain their ground or do things where they need to take more of a leadership role in their life, I'll tell them, go travel by yourself, because you are the constant there. You need to be making decisions for yourself, and little trips here and there, or a trip to a foreign country, you will be changed, because you will have to step into a leadership role. So you will be changed ever forward from that place. Something as trivial as that will change your life. So maybe that's a stepping stone here. If this is too much pressure on you, maybe that's a stepping stone to go and do something like that. Go take a foreign language class in another country. Go do something like that. And your life, you'll start to see when you're out of an element that's like strongholding you, you'll be able to see that once you fly, you'll never be put back in the cage again. And that's what I feel is happening here. I think instead of support, you're getting people that, you know, may not realize that they're kind of squashing your dreams. But again, your outbound card is the King of Coins, and this is not someone who waits for opportunities to present themselves. There's someone who goes and makes their own path here. And with the Nine of Coins, you're ready to fly here. You're ready to go and do something more, something different, something in addition to what you've been doing. So that's what I've got. I think it's great. I'm going to say, just go have some fun. Go do something different in your life right now, okay? Go try something, taste something, experience something different, okay? That's more conducive to you. So that's what I've got. Happy March. I hope you have a wonderful adventure here. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you with anything, okay? Thank you so much.